Hey guys, what's going on? This is Namkraft and welcome to the Starcraft English commentary. Let's continue with a new season of KCM. This is going to be KCM 2025 Season 4, the final season before we head into the new year 2026. And another Protoss sucking ball season is incoming. I think all of you are so frustrated, so exasperated, so disappointed at the Protoss performances, but we still have one more. Not one more KCM season, but one more ASL final to be looking forward to. That is going to be this weekend. I think Sunday, I think afternoon Korean time, so maybe morning in American time, and maybe excuse at midnight American time, and also a little bit early morning in European time. So I will be casting those games a bit live, so watch out for me. By the way, I'm sorry this video was not released as close to live as possible. I had other in engagements. Sorry, I had to do other things, but I'm here, and looks like the first game is gonna be played between who is playing now, Mini and Hero. Here's the lineup. As you can see, Mini, Hero are just among the other players, being Barak, Speed, Light for Terran, Best, Mini, Stock for Protoss, Jedon, Queen, and Hero for Zerg. And yeah, of course, Soma and Snow, it's very, very understandable that they will not be participating in this week of KCM. Oh my god, that drone is taking quite a bit of a hit there. 13 out of 40. Now the Zerglings will have to make a decision whether to move towards the the enemy's expansion or go somewhere else. Anyways, yeah, so the first map is going to be Litmus. What can we say about Litmus? Let me just quickly show you. For Protoss player, Litmus is only 45.5% win rate. It's very, very tough to play on this map because of the backdoor, and just very difficult to hold third base in general. In the case of Mini, since he's located at the top right, this is the third base. This base will be really, really hard to expand onto. It's very, very tough to to even send probe at the right timing. It's very, very difficult. Anyways, we're gonna be having some Zerglings hiding back here with a drone scout. This is once again a huge commitment from the Zerg side, because you are forced to put that drone there for a while and not mine for it. So we shall see. There's going to be a probe coming out. Is it possible to stop the Zerglings from coming in if you actually had a probe there at the right location? I don't know. But anyways, one Zergling is in. There's going to be more. And Mini is going to have to return now with 3 Zerglings incoming. Is he going to make a cannon in the main? That will be too much of a commitment, I believe. But anyways, I guess before we dive into the details, let me just quickly show you what's happening in the world of StarCraft this instance exactly today before this game was played. So here the top 10 Broodwar players. Flash is number 1. Snow has climbed up to number 2. Number 5 we have Soma. And among today's lineup, here are what the scores are looking like. Jaedong is the best Zerg player because Soma is not playing. And as for Protoss, Mini is the best player. So it looks like they're fielding their best performance players out of all of the players. So that's interesting. And let's just quickly take a look at the win rate. So in the last 30 days, as you can see, okay, one Zergling has been sniped. Very nicely done by Mini. Of course, he's the king of micro. He's so good with that. He was gonna snipe another Zergling. 2 Zerglings down already. And actually the Zerglings for... oh my god, he gets that last Zergling as well. Mini, of course, his high as ever APM is really doing the bulk of the work here. But in the last 30 days, as you can see, Mini against Zerg is 42% win rate. And as for Hero is 45% win rate against Protoss. So that's what we have so far. This Zelle is trying very hard to come around and find an opening. But I guess now it might take out a few more Zerglings, and then that's going to be the end of the attack. He's really, really coming around there and buying a lot of time. He's killing several Zerglings. He might kill even 1 or 2 more. And there's even a Dragoon in here. I'm not so sure exactly what is the purpose, but now there's going to be 4 Zerling, and it's going to be 4 Zerling against a Zealot. Looks like the Dragoon is doing a lot of damage. But there's going to be Zerling with speed or not, I'm so sure. I think Mini's going to have to find a place to hide now. He's going to hide correctly, and he gets another Zerling snipe. But now the Dragoon's going to have to back up. Mini is so chaotic, as you can see. How many players out there are willing to send a Dragoon out that far on a mini map? As you can see, this location is so far from Mini's main base. And who the hell would go all the way out there with a Dragoon just to hunt for Overlords? That is very, very, very ballsy. But anyways, the game's gonna stabilize. So what else can I say? Can I show you some more interesting stuff? I don't know, actually, to be honest. I have some few other stats I might want to show you. But let's see. But for now, we're going to be having some overlord hunting. Overlord hunting from the part of Mini. Very, very nicely done. I guess I will show you this. I think this should be nice to see. This is the win rates and performances per rounds of ASL. So as you can see, who do we have here? I just put the best players from each race. So Mini, he's got 9,200 ASL points. He is the best ASL pointed person in today's lineups. You know, he's been in several rounds, so that's what we have so far. And I just put Flash out there because everyone loves Flash. There's a lot of Flash fanboys in the crowd. Anyways, back to this game. Looks like there's going to be additional hatcheries. And is that Evolution Chamber? I think that is Evolution Chamber. And Hydroden should be following suit. There it is. So 5 hatchery, Spire into Evolution Chamber, and Hydroden. Let's see if the Mini is going to cancel the unit that's coming out of his Stargate. It's going to be very, very tricky. The cannon has completed on time. So these Corsairs are going to get escorted out. And let's see, the next Corsair will join the crew here. And it looks like the Scourges are still waiting to dive around to catch that Corsair. That Corsair is going to be hiding. Some great surround here for Mini. He gets 2 Zerlings destroyed. And looks like on the other side of the map, Hero was not paying attention. He loses his Scourges. That means his Mutualist cannot be escorted. And there's going to be a switch to Hydras anyways. I don't know if Mini was able to see that. He is making a few pylons. He's gonna move towards his left lane and he's gonna bring the battles to Hero. This is good. He's got +1 weapons on the Zealot. Overlord speed is done, but because we actually don't have, you know, a lot of cannons, and actually we don't have a lot of High Templars. I think there's gonna be a chance for Hero to go for the attack here. There's going to be a small engagement. 1 more Corsair has been grouped in, and looks like all of the Corsairs are dead. 6, you see, all of the Scourges are dead. 6 Corsair out. Looks like there's going to be a huge attack by Hero. Zealot with leg is done for Mini. He's going to try to buy some time on this other side of the map, and looks like there's going to be some small engagement. These Hydras might get trapped. The Zealots don't have the best angle against the Zerlings, and they're dying very, very fast. The Ghouls have to back up just to buy more time for the cannons to complete here. Mini has made a lot of Corsairs, but they're not really useful. And what are those Overlords doing in the corner? 1 more Zealot is going to get surrounded. 1 Overlord died, or a Dark Templar slips out at just the right moment to push his Hydras back and buy just a few more seconds for the cannons to come up. But this Dark Templar is, you know, going to be useless now. It's going to be the attack. There are 2 additional cannons, and Mini's got to move out to destroy the first the Hydralisk. The Hydralisk is still alive. That Hydralisk will need to die now. It dies, but now it looks like there's going to be 2 additional cannons, but everything's going to get pushed back. Dragoons and Zealots supporting from the back, and there's a Dark Templar. There's a Dark Templar coming out at the last minute. Keep in mind there are 3 Overlords in this left corner that Mini doesn't know about. Hero, anyways, for the time being, is supply block. Interesting. Anyways, this Overlord's going to come out, and there's going to be a chance for Mini to actually just, you know, build up his High Templar count during this time. Do we have a drop? Is this for a drop or what? It looks like these units are going to try to come out, and the Corsairs will find them easily. So that's it. As you can see, the Corsairs are coming from the minimap. There's going to be a storms, and Heroes respond a little bit too slowly. There are the Corsairs looking around for some attacks. At the last split, this Dark Templar with 2 kills only has been deactivated, has been nullified, has been taken care of. So I guess Hero's gonna be feeling very, very fine. Just gonna go back to some droning. It looks like he's drone actually not doing any minerals extraction for a few seconds there. We still have about 4 Corsairs remaining. For Mini, this game is already so crazy from the get-go. And a High Templar getting sniped before it actually can cast any storms. That's slightly unfortunate. Is there going to be a threat of drop? I always feel like there's some threat of a drop, because keep in mind that we don't have Robo. I don't see Robo anywhere. And very funny that this single Dragoon and Zealot has been alive. I mean, this is like the squad of death, right? They started up with a platoon of 6 Zealot and 1 Dragoon, and every single comrade has fallen, save these 2 guys, the captain you know, the other people. So okay, we're gonna be having 2 Dark Templars. Is it going to be for Archon, Maelstrom maybe, or maybe drops? I'm not so sure. By the way, Robo is up, so we will have observers soon. But for now, looks like there could be a shuttle coming out. But for that to materialize, those Scourges will have to get neutralized first. And looks like the courses are coming out there. We are not seeing it. There's a shadow. The course is gonna try to engage, and looks like that single pair of scourges have died. Hydras are looking for openings here. These dotted blue, we need to go and find some other opening somewhere, and it looks like they're gonna be escaping towards the southern side. This is a nice smart move from Mini, and it looks like Hero is not paying attention. He's still trying to engage a frontal war, but the shadow will start to move across the map inside of the main. There's an overlord. The courses are looking for some openings, and there they are. Let's look for this moment of grace, the moment of victory here for Mini, but he needs to time it together with another attack on the frontal side. This overlord is looking for some stuff on the back door, but it's not there. And looks like Hydra's gonna try to go back home to try to find any kind of openings. And it looks like the Dr. Player has arrived. Where are the overlords? They are not triggering any notifications. Looks like his phone is on mute now. Hero is losing so many drones. He's not attacking. Finally, there's the overlord. And I guess this unit is gonna try to go and hunt down the spire. The spire cannot complete, so just go for the drones instead. He's not going for the drones, but I think that was quite good. I think he got about 7 drones, which is huge. And now Dragoons are out on the field. A lot of Dragoon. I think Dragoon range is done. There's going to be a premature storm. Not really needed at this point. I mean, Hero is in such a terrible position, but he's got a lot of gas. So can he actually switch into Mutas? That's the question. I don't know if switching into Mutas wouldn't be such a bad idea now. Just to snipe those high templates and get them clear out. But there's just way too many courses, so that's one problem. I think Mini is fearing a drop because around this time it's really easy for the Zerg side to go for a drop. And it looks like these Hydras are positioning themselves on this right side, so it's not going to be possible. Oh my god, that is such a clumped up group of Hydras eating so many storms. And they're going to get destroyed in the next attack. So if Mini just presses on an attack right now, he will possibly just one-shot those Hydras with Zealots or Dragoon, but he's not doing it. I think looks like Hero is looking forward to go for Lurker drop at the expansion because he's got 2 Hydras waiting at this 11 o'clock position, but let's see if that is going to materialize. We have something to spot, although some units are coming across. I mean, that is possibly a Zealot. Anyways, another engagement is going to take place, but Mini for now is allowed to expand. Another group of Hydras come to the center that has been spotted. So Hero is doing a good job of trying to split up his Zerg forces in different locations and make sure that Mini cannot cover all of the bases at the same time. Excuse me, another engagement is going to take place on this left flank here. We have additional units coming. As you can see, the level of mind gains for these players, just splitting up their forces, going for flanks and counter flanks, and making sure every single unit is being used for something at some point in the future. Mini's got +2 armors and +1 weapons. He's not upgrading his forge anymore. That's a little bit interesting. Anyways, we might have a Doom drop, a double Doom drop, a main drop in the main, and then a Lurker drop at the expansion. But I think by that time, this third base could have completed, and that means the probes can actually get transferred. Of course, the timing needs to be perfect, because this is around the time that we need to have the Protoss players start to send their units around. And it looks like that new additional 4th base, the Zerg, got cancelled here at the 7 o'clock shift. There's going to be the Doom drop, but the Corsairs are there to intercept. They will intercept. It looks like the Overlords have turned around. Very smart for Hero. He could have died there easily. And okay, we have a Lurker drop. We're not seeing it on the map. There it is. There's one unit in the main. We are not seeing it because the Korean commentator was actually focused on something else. But probes are running away. There it is. There's one Lurker getting sniped. And there's something else also inside of the main that we're missing right here. There's a white dot. I'm not so sure what it is. Anyways, probes have been safely transferred towards the 3rd base. And now this expansion will also be covered. Looks like Mini has got enough everywhere to cover if he can just survive for a while. Because he's got even bases compared to the Hydralisk, to the Zerg side. Good storm and keeping the High Templars alive as well for the next engagement. There's going to be a huge Doom drop. The Corsairs are waiting. Observers have spotted these units moving around. That Observer will die heroically for his comrades here, but that's fine. Yeah, so Hero cannot win this. It will be impossible for Hero to win. There's going to be a drop coming, but there's a spotting pylon here. Like this spotting pylon is actually a bit far away, so I'm not so sure it's going to be that useful or not, but looks like it has been spotted. There's a spotting pylon, and Dragoons are returning. But look at the minimap. So many white dots are coming from all different angles here. This is going to be a pivotal moment. I think Mini just need to position about 3 High Templars on the 3rd base, and the rest just stay out here in the open. It's going to be a small engagement. There are no storms happening yet. There's a storm now, and the drop on the backside is actually not going on. There's going to be an attack on the front side as well. This is actually exactly what Mini wants. Mini wants to straight those cannons for the Hydralisk, but he needs to actually save his Hydralisk and Observer. Great storm that hits about 4 lurkers, but the drop in the main has started here. Looks like there's just enough forces to push these units back, and there's going to be no more overlords, which means Mini just makes a single dart to take up all of those units. Another great storm that eats up so many overlords, and Hydra's below it. And this is what I always tell pro gamers, to always, when you storm, you need to storm the overlord, because you always get the units under it for free. Whereas if you just storm the units under it but not the overlord, then you just don't get the overlords. Anyways, look at the supply differential between these two players, because Hero's supply block, but he's also behind me about 40 to 50 supply. A 4th base comes up a little bit too late, and more importantly, Mini was allowed to keep his Corsair fleet. He still has 5 or 6 Corsair. This is very rare. Usually, Mini is one of those players who's very, very reckless, and he is very, very typical to lose all of his Corsairs by 15-minute mark. But this game has been saving all of his Corsairs, and I think it's very, very important for modern Protoss player to make sure that his Corsairs don't die in late game. They are not just kind of food for just to make sure that your ground armies stay alive. But anyways, this game would possibly not finish just yet. Meaning, you probably want to make a few more cannons just to make sure his force doesn't die so easily. But he's basically got the game in the bag. He comes out here, he can force the cancellation on this hatchery is great, but I don't think he can't. Doesn't look like he could, because it's just way too many Hydras. Or maybe he can. Maybe he could. We shall see. Looks like only 3 more Zealots remaining, and Mini's gonna back up. He's gonna allow that, and that's actually not bad, because you allow that hatchery to come online, which means that you can actually come back and finish it later, because the hatchery will be a little bit more damaged than if you force a cancellation and that that hatchery will come back on full health. So anyways, looks like Mini's ground forces is controlling the ground, and there's gonna be nice attack, and more overlords are falling very fast. This is a great find here for Mini, sniping about 7 or 8 overlords, and Hydras could not reinforce it in time here, because actually Hydras are busy attacking the ground forces. These lurker fields are looking good. Look at the Mini map once again. Hero is trying something funny on this other side. Keep in mind that Mini is also still on just 3 bases. If Hero is allowed to come up to 4 bases and Mini is stuck on 3 bases, and the game will be a little bit interesting from that point on. But for now, Mini is trading well. He needs to make sure he can secure another base at some point in the future. More Hydras coming to attack, and looks like Mini knows about those forces. He's going to send a forward storm just to slow them down. Another great storm would be very nicely. He does make 2 great storms. Make sure he cannot lose his forge. His forge has got some vital upgrades. And looks like reinforcement coming from the backside, which means these Hydras don't even have time to go and snipe that forge. They're going to get pushed back towards the left lane. And looks like Mini is leading by about 60 supply now. That is great lead, 50 to 60 supply. And no additional tech. No additional tech from Hero, as the commentator was showing to us. We're going to be having these Hydras try to come back here, but there's going to be another storm if Hero doesn't pull back in time. And looks like this forge has finished upgrading. What is upgrading? Maybe it's going to be +3 armor now for Mini. I'm not so sure. The Corsairs, once again, still doing a lot of damage. I'd be interested to actually see the kill count of those Corsairs. I think that one of the Corsairs got something like 15 kills. That is so ridiculously insane. Anyways, Mini's gonna try to break this tempo. This would take a while. And if Hero is smart, he needs to use his time to go for counterattack or something, because the base at the 8 o'clock position is for sure dead. It would be impossible to save it. Look at the huge movement of forces, and especially way too many High Templars for any amount of Hydras and Lurkers to deal with. Looks like Hero want to actually split his forces up, try to contain this area. He doesn't even have time to set up the Lurkers, but Lurkers are way too late, and they eat storms head on without the support of Zerglings or Hydras. Another great storm. We expect about 2 or 3 more storms on the drone line. Would be nice and satisfying to watch. That was very ejaculative, very orgasmic, to say the least here. More storms could be expected. Hydras are actually not too fearful to engage. Drones are forced to come off the line, and Mini actually doesn't need to take the base. There's going to be another great storm. Amazing storm. A single Hydra just moved to the entire enemy line of field of vision and just cast a storm onto the Hydras, hiding and cowering in the corner here. But looks like now it's over. Mini 170 supply, Hero 102. I hope you enjoyed this cast file. You keep in mind that this entire series of KCM, you don't see any ads, only one ad in the beginning of the set and nothing else. And that is my concierge attempt to keep you entertained throughout the entire video. If you enjoyed this video, buy me coffee, link that is going to be in the video description. You will join this League of Legends, whose name are appearing here in the top side of the map, as well as a photo of this guy. His name is Thomas the Flying Train. Maybe just put this photo away. Yeah, looks like Hero is having trouble GGing, but that's fine. That's mine. Protoss winning and enjoying the show is always my favorite thing in the world. Looks like the game stabilized out a little bit, and Mini has lost all of his forces at the 8 o'clock position, but he's trading really well and he's forcing Hero down to just 3 bases once again. And trading well. Okay, interesting now. Interesting now because Mini is also trying to expand. As you can see, he's expanding towards his base. Their base at the 3 o'clock position, but he needs to actually be able to keep it. Hydra's going to be looking to those 3 high templars. He's going to try to snipe. He gets 1 high templars or not. I'm not so sure they actually can get it. And now there's going to be a storm or after storm on the drone line. Drone's actually not running away. Very, very chaotic game and a little bit scrappy from both of these players, but a very, very typical Mini play. So we're going to be looking forward to Mini doing a final storm and then GG. GG is going to get called by Hero 21st minute of the game and still no GG. This is an abomination to the Starcraft community. Look at this. He's just storming random pixels on the map. I will storm anything that moves. GG from Hero. Thanks for watching and see you soon. Bye-bye.